morning, folks. I'm doing a video here this morning impromptu. It's a tribute to the late ALLISTER MacAskill of Auld Cove and his very much alive wife. So it's a tribute again to the late ALLISTER MacAskill of Auld Cove, Guysborough County, Nova Scotia. My beloved, beautiful Auld Cove, and his very much alive Mary ALLISTER. And I can say so many things. They take and ALLISTER actually was at a wake. Joseph ALLISTER Wood died about 2 weeks ago now, and I was at the wake, and I ran into one of Mary's sons on the way out, Alan, and I mentioned him, and very sincerely, when I was doing my collecting, I do for CNIB of Guysborough, Annikish, Cape Breton Island in the wintertime, and I just love going to ALLISTER's house. He was always so interested and welcoming to speak to, and he knew the history of the area impeccably. It just he knew way back to Captain Rinkin and pre-Cancer Causeway and the first MacAskills and Woods and MacDonalds and Staffords coming to Auld Cove and so on, the founding Forestalls, founding families of Auld Cove. And so just a remarkable guy. And then it was the richness was picking his brain and having a great conversation with him. And he'd always give an explanation as well. That if his wife is a more static lady, but very capable cat, very capable cat. So she'd get me the nation out. Then she'd say, after retired, to be to them home, unless he went on Saturday, and he'd be off work on Saturdays, of course, Saturday and Sunday. He'd say, "ALLISTER, John Patrick's here. Going to do something new?" And so they'd both give. And so that was wonderful. It was wonderful. "ALLISTER, John Patrick's here. Going to do something too?" And wonderful, wonderful people. So anyway, now, she's going to be around for a long time yet. Her mother died young. What was it? Her Mrs. Emily Cahoon. Her maiden name was O'Neill. Her mother didn't even make her 104th birthday, literally. They had a lovely birthday at the fire hall for her mother's 100th birthday, and she was 103, I believe, when she went to heaven. So she died shy of her 104th birthday. And I'm going to digress here for a second. Mrs. Emily Cahoon, she was married twice. Her first husband died, Rogers, and she married this more elderly gentleman, and he lived very old, but she lived older yet. And her maiden name was O'Neill. She's one of the famous O'Neill family that came from Grosvenor, back a monastery, beyond Maddie Settlement, Grosvenor, between Linwood and Maddie Settlement, Grosvenor. And their father, I think, worked for CN for the railroad around the ferries, and he moved to Mulgraves, a big family. There was Leonard and Eugene and Ignatius and Anthony. And there's ones I'm forgetting. There's an extremely fine family. And Emily, she was a sister. And so her brother proved there was enough water here, worked tirelessly, Leonard O'Neill, to get what was Nova Scotia pulp. Without that family, we would have no Port Hawkesbury, man. Aberdan Road ships paper from Port Hawkesbury paper. There'd be no we would have no economy, literally. It's just black and white. It's black and white. No gray in it. It's black and white. That was the pinnacle point to turn and save the economy of the area after the Cancer Causeway came. So anyway, so she's an O'Neill, and almost everybody in that family lived in their 90s. Very few O'Neills lived. For Neil to die before the 90 is young. But anyway, back to Emily Cahoon. Mrs. Cahoon, who'd be Mary ALLISTER's mother, is always the last weekend, Friday and Saturday, when you missed you getting Sunday, upper part of Auld Cove to be working, say the older people on the highway, and upper part of Auld Cove you get the Saturday, and you miss a few that are gone to the hockey or someplace, and you get them on Sunday after church. And so anyway, she lived in her own home until she was very elderly. Actually, one of her daughters came to stay with her from Halifax, wonderful lady as well. And they take her, so anyway, knock the door, come in, and she had a bird feeder outside on her window, and she'd smile, but this time she was in her late 90s, said, "The sun is getting warmer, and the days are getting longer, and I'm looking forward to spring." So it's a timely time to say this. The sun is getting warmer, and the days are getting longer, and I'm looking forward to spring. She was a remarkable lady. And so Mary Allister is very much, and I don't know, is she, well, actually, I remember when they had their 50th anniversary for sure, and I phoned her up that morning. That's about probably what, 8 years ago or so, maybe more than that, but anyway, I phoned her up and said, "You're a beautiful bride." I says, "No wonder Allister went after you and took you down and said I do." "Oh, thank you very much, John Patrick," Mary Allister says on the phone. And so she takes, and Allister's gone to heaven now. He was a remarkable man. And they take, and she's a remarkable lady. She's involved with the nursing and overseeing the healthcare, what do you call it, keeping people in their home. That's a wonderful thing. If people are happiest in their home, and her mother, I'm certain, was, if I'm not mistaken, I think her mother lived in her home right till the end of her life. Because one of the sisters came from Halifax, and the mother was about 100 plus. And so she was a remarkable lady. But anyway, it's my relatively brief tribute to the late Alistair MacAskill and a very much alive Mary MacAskill, and judging the genes and on O'Neill's side of the family, and the MacAskill side too. Okay, let me see now. Rogers, she's a Rogers. She married a MacAskill, Rogers side. But anyway, they're a long live crew, so make you a deal, Mary Allister, this morning. On your 100th birthday, I'm going to do a tribute just for you. I'm not going to digress. And I wish you all the best. God bless. Get a good breakfast yourselves, folks. And thank you very much. Bye for now.